Hi, gang, it's Adam.
And Patrick.
Coming up on today's episode, we chat about our upcoming Disney trips as well as the new Toy Story 4 trailer. We cover the latest Disney news and rumors, and are visited by our friends Amanda and Ben, who have just returned from a trip to Walt Disney World, where they became first-time annual pass holders. As always, we close out the show with some quick D. All that and more on today's episode of Gays Do the D.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Patrick.
What up, Adam?
It's springtime.
It is so springtime.
We made it.
I've opened a window in my house.
We survived.
We have survived. We made it through the wilderness. We've made it through...
Oh, gosh.
Should I stop?
Yes.
Okay. Somehow we've made it through.
We owe Madonna like $1,500
Oh, that's
now
true.
instantly
That's
for saying
true.
that.
That second was $1 million worth.
And she needs the help.
Yeah,
she needs that money.
She does. She's hungry.
For your soul.
Oh, dear. Could be true. Could be true.
Anyway, I'm feeling very upbeat. It's
Good.
beautiful outside.
It is.
The flowers are blooming, not quite yet here.
They're trying so hard.
Yeah.
I heard a bird today, and I was so happy.
What's a bird?
Yeah, I know.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Speaking of been a while,
Yeah.
it's been a while since we've been to Disney.
True story.
And I thought it's time that we gave our listeners a little bit of a trip update, where we're at with our upcoming trips. Where are you at?
I'm right here. I'm right next to you, Adam.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
regarding
see.
Disney trips.
I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
I am, as of today, recording 12 days out.
Oh, you.
I know. I'm so excited. So many firsts for me on this trip. First solo trip.
Yes.
First Run Disney Alone trip, also solo, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm doing my first tour, my backstage tour with the Up Close with Rhinos.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. It'll be an adventure. I can't wait.
And where are you staying this trip?
I'm an all-star kind of gal.
Yeah.
I don't have the coin right now, and I don't really need to because I'm not going to be in my room that often.
Sure.
So I'm going to be at the All-Star Sports. My room number is 12. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. So it should be fun. I'm super excited. Hopefully, if anyone else is going, listeners out there, or probably just one. We have one listener, don't we?
Listener out there.
Hey, dear listener, if you're going to be in the parks as well, hit me up on social media. I don't know my name again.
It's just your name, isn't it? Is it just Patrick Kazuki?
Oh, that's what I didn't remember my name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hit me up on Patrick Kazuki at Instagram.
Yeah.
And let's meet up. Have a cocktail.
Oh.
You can buy me one is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At least one.
Yeah.
Let's be real about
Yeah.
it. What about you? You do have some trips coming up?
I have a trip that recently sprung up in the last few weeks.
That's right.
Kind of a whoopsie daisy.
You slipped.
I slipped, and I am going to Disneyland in June
my goodness.
to experience Galaxy's Edge.
So exciting. So exciting.
Yeah.
So that must mean you are staying on property then, yeah?
I am staying on property. I'm staying at the Disneyland Hotel.
Okay.
And that guarantees me one reservation into the land.
Yeah.
But that's it. No guarantee on the rides or the experiences. Just I'll be able to walk into the land and walk around the land.
You are rolling the dice, my friend.
I know.
I'm hearing some things out there that, like, this reservation may not be on the day you want it to be. Like, they just tell you when to go. There's so much speculation out there. So I'm excited to hear how all that works.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I have not been contacted yet. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Maybe I stroll up to the check-in desk and they're like, by the way, here's your Galaxy's Edge day. I have no idea.
Sure. So wait, what day are you flying out?
Wednesday, June 12th through Saturday, June 15th.
Super fun. So you're pretty far out still, but
yeah, 81 days as of this recording.
Yeah, under 100. So close enough to be excited for sure.
I'm pretty excited.
You should be.
I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. I've got some exciting announcements, actually.
Tell me about them.
Some anniversaries.
Yes.
I love anniversaries. So first up, we have Doug's first movie, which, hold on to the table, you're going to feel old, is 20 years old now. And that's just the movie. Like, the cartoon was way before that, wasn't it?
And was that always a Disney cartoon? I associate it with Nickelodeon.
It was a Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the movie is for sure Disney's Doug's first movie.
Okay.
Yeah, with Pork Chop.
Did you see Doug's first movie?
Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh, I like that name.
I did not see the movie. I was a big fan of the cartoon, but I need to watch the movie. I feel like it's probably pretty great.
I remember watching the television show when I'd stay at my grandma's house because she had Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
But I did not see the movie.
Okay.
And I was probably too old to be even watching the television show at the time, but I still watched it.
No, I think it still holds up. My brother was a huge fan too, and he has some of the cartoons on his Voodoo account.
Yeah.
They're so fun to watch still.
Okay, I should check them out.
Remember the Beats?
No.
Okay, well.
But I'm obsessed with the idea of a Patty Mayonnaise drag queen now.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Patty Man?
Oh, there must be someone out there.
Let us know.
Dear listener, if you are a Patty Mayonnaise drag queen, let us know. So I forgot to mention, Doug's first movie came out on March 26th, 1999. Moving on, we have Meet the Robinsons, which turns 12 years old. It was released on March 30th, 2007. Have you seen that one?
I did not see that.
I haven't either. It actually looks kind of good. It's sort of a time machine adventure.
Yeah.
Laurie Metcalf is a voice in it.
That's all you need to say. I'm going to go watch it right now. Pause.
Angela Bassett is also a voice actor in it. Yeah. How have I not seen this yet?
This one was very under my radar, I have to say. I only have a recollection of it coming out on home video or DVD, whatever it happened to come out on.
Yeah, that's fair. It may have only been in the theaters for 38 seconds.
Yeah.
Before it was then moved to video.
Yeah.
I need to do some more research on this and watch it and maybe do an update. Because it looks good.
I mean, Laurie Metcalf.
You can't go wrong, right?
She can do no wrong in my book.
I wonder if that was her first Disney movie. I'm trying to do the math here. When did Toy Story come out?
One goes into 24 5 times. 1994?
Great.
1995.
Okay.
So close.
Okay, so this was in between the Toy Stories, in betwixt the Toy Stories.
Well, I'm curious now. I'm going to watch it.
All right.
You can't do anything about it.
Okay. You'll be the second person ever to see Meet the Robinsons. So happy anniversaries, Doug's first movie, and Meet the Robinsons.
Well, now that we're talking about Laurie Metcalf.
Yeah, of course.
And Toy Story.
Yeah.
We might as well talk about that Toy Story 4 trailer that came out last week.
I mean, that segue was meant to be.
It was.
Good job. I watched it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for more.
You know, we had previously talked about on this podcast that neither of us were very big Toy Story fans. We like Toy Story.
Yeah.
But we're not like super in love with Toy Story. But this trailer hit me right in the heart.
Okay.
Gave me all the feels.
It did.
And I'm fully on board now.
Interesting. I had a different take on it.
Okay.
I didn't get enough feels from it. I got enough comedy and a little bit of adventure from it, but I didn't get the sad feelings or the emotional feelings that I did from the other movies yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for that to drop for me.
I got to say, Patrick, anytime you put God Only Knows by the Beach Boys in a trailer or a movie, I'm going to feel the feels then.
Yeah, kind of like the TV show Big Love. This is what Toy Story probably is just like, right?
It's just like that.
It's the animated version of Big
Polygamy
Love.
and a somewhat scandalous look at the Mormon Church.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm here for it. I'm interested in Forky's story.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is going to be like a nice plug for like, be creative. Do you know what I mean? Because she makes her own toy.
Sure.
I'm hoping that they go down that route a little bit, that she might be like a future artist.
I think Forky's going to introduce the Disney audience to existential drama.
Yes. Yeah. He seems to have a little bit of an identity crisis in the movie.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll add, one more thing, and people might throw some shade at me, but though I was very excited to see this trailer drop, and I'm excited for the movie, I did get a little bit of laziness from the trailer, where it seemed exactly like the other, like, toy gets lost, other toys go for the toy that's lost, and everyone learns a lesson in the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt a little bit duplicative of the other trailers and movies, so I'm assuming that this movie will have a lot more depth to it, but this trailer just didn't get me as far as I wanted it to go.
I totally get that. I'm going into it with excitement for the scary toys in the antique shop.
Yes.
One of whom is voiced by Christine Hendricks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
From Mad Men, the red-haired doll who's like going after Woody.
Sure.
And I'm also going into the movie with excitement for a Bo Peep who's kind of come into her own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just excitement for the fact that I know that this is the end of at least the main characters' stories, right? I mean, that's what we've been told, that this is the last Toy Story as we know it.
Yeah, this sort of saga of Toy Story is coming to a close. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, not exciting because it's sad, but
it'll be interesting to see how they wrap it up.
Yes, exactly. So, of course, once the trailer dropped, you were quick enough to throw it up on our Instagram. And I
threw up all over.
You did. You threw up all over Instagram. And I imagine we had some feedback from it, yeah?
We sure did.
Okay.
Our friend Dane, who you can find on Instagram at Daneland, said, Tom Hanks's voice is like a warm hug.
Oh.
And that's so true.
Yeah, it is.
And Paper Mouse Girl responded, he's everyone's favorite uncle.
Oh, I like that.
A lot of Tom Hanks love.
Adam, your voice is like a cold sheet of ice that's been whittled down into a knife that's about to plunge into my neck.
Good. That's what I'm going for.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I said that to you. I just felt like I needed to be mean to you for a moment.
Katie HB on Instagram left the trailer a heart emoji.
Aww.
So that means she hates it?
Yep.
And Robbie J. Disney said, I'm so crying. Again, it's that Beach Boys. It's that Beach Boys song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It'll make you tear up.
I danced with my mother to that song at my wedding.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't cry then, did you?
It's weird that you chose to do a cha-cha to that song.
Well, is it weird or was it just right?
Tasteless.
Okay.
Awkward.
Well, yeah. Some were calling it adventurous.
It put me off my cake, and I never get put off my cake.
Oh, no.
So thank you all for chiming in on our Instagram feed at GDTD Podcast. And as a reminder, Toy Story 4 opens June 21st, 2019.
Speaking of Dane...
Another amazing segue.
Another amazing segue.
We're barely having to work today.
I know. Why is everyone ready? See how I flipped it?
Devil Wears Prada.
That was another $1 million that we owe them.
Oh, man.
Oh, but I parodied it, so we're good.
Okay, great.
So Dane has the privilege, I'm calling it a privilege, to be our very first Patreon patron.
Dane.
Thanks, Dane. That was really nice of you.
I'm blushing.
Oh, he is. That's true.
You realize all of the other listeners are like, why? Why are you encouraging them?
Yeah, including me. I'm one of those people. Why would you? What are you doing?
Did you return his donation immediately?
I did. I said, no, they don't deserve this, frankly.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much for joining up. We have lots of fun things in store. If you want to become a Patreon patron, you can go to our website, www.gazedothed.com, and just click on that donate button. That'll lead you right to all of the Patreon information you might want.
Thanks, Dane.
Thanks, Dane.
While we're chatting about our listeners, one of our listeners sent us something.
Yeah.
They sent a box, and it's a little nondescript.
Yeah, it's true.
Could be chock full of anthrax.
Could be.
So before we open this, Patrick, I have to ask, because I probably should ask just for safety's sake.
Yeah.
We know who this is from.
We
right?
do, yeah.
Okay. And
it's not an anonymous package.
Okay, and his or her name is
Mark.
Mark.
Yes,
okay.
Mark and Roger. You may remember Mark, one of our frequent Instagram commenters. Markaphone, I believe.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, they were kind enough to send this our way.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to unbox it right now.
Okay.
You ready?
No.
Okay, here we go. Please don't be a severed head.
Mark, what did you send us?
Please don't be a severed head.
All right. This is a play-by-play. Patrick has opened the flaps of the box.
And it's full of bubble paper.
Oh, great. Guess what's about to happen. Yep.
It's right in the microphone.
Oh, so satisfying.
Okay, that was a disaster. All right, I'm reaching in. Should I look first?
He's
or should
not
I
even
reach
looking.
First?
He's just putting his hand in it. That's brave. Oh.
I feel more bubble paper.
Okay, good.
Okay. There's nothing like soft or head-like in here yet.
I'm going to say if it's just bubble wrap, I'm going to be satisfied. Like, that's a very, very pleasing gift to me.
Oh, there's a card.
Oh, my gosh. Patrick, did we get married?
We may have, because it's full of delightful products.
Oh.
First, Mark and Roger.
Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of us and you realize that our skin needs a lot of care?
Because you're right.
Because it's a lot of skincare products.
I love that.
Oh, my goodness.
How are we going to divvy this up? It's all mine.
Well, I've already dug into all of it and applied it to my face.
Oh.
So I've just put it all on at the same time. I imagine that's what you're supposed to do?
Yep.
Okay, great. Fun. There's like Clinique products.
Oh, my gosh.
Some Origins products.
That is very thoughtful.
That is very thoughtful. Thank you so much. Let's read the card and see if there's like a theme behind it.
Okay. Yeah, we're those guys who like opened the gift and didn't read the card first.
Well, I need things in my life, Adam, and those things are products.
Okay. Patrick said there was like a lot of stuff in here, and he just handed me the box. There's like a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, an obscene amount of products.
This is so nice.
Oh, this is really sweet. So I don't know where they work, but these are some of their work perks.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe samples from where they work.
Yeah.
And they know that we have some upcoming trips, and they wanted to give us a little goodie bag of some pre-trip maintenance and some post-trip maintenance.
Very nice. You guys, that's so thoughtful.
That was really nice of you. Very, very, very considerate. Very unnecessary. We are very humbled. It's really hard for both Adam and I to sort of accept gifts. And so this is really delightful. So thank you so much. You've made both of our day.
We sincerely appreciate it. And we're obviously going to look fabulous in the pictures from our trips now.
Well, yeah. I am going to put it all on at the same time and see what happens.
Yeah.
I just like to play it fast and loose like that.
I think anything could be an improvement.
I look better with a mask?
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you again, Mark and Roger.
Yes, thank you so much. Before we move into the news, Adam, we should do a little plug for our next episode and a call out to our listener. I'm not going to let that go. I think it's amazing.
I love it.
So on next week's episode, we are going to do a spoiler-free review of Dumbo.
That's right. Dumbo opens next Friday, March 29th.
And we will be there opening night.
That's right. And the next day we'll be recording our episode, which will be released on Monday, April 1st.
Yes, our Dumbo drop, if you will.
Our Operation Dumbo drop, which will be dropped on April Fool's Day.
Oh,
yeah.
It really will, though. We're not kidding.
No, we're not kidding. It's going to come out then. But what we'd love to include in that episode are your thoughts on the movie if you happen to catch it on opening night or that morning. Or I guess on Thursday night, late at night, they open up the movie so people can see it.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know how Hollywood. Hollyweird.
You Hollywood types. I tell you what.
But we'd love to hear your feedback from the movie. So if you want to reach out to us, we highly encourage you to do so. You can find us on social media at GDTD Podcast.
Or you can, of course, email us at info@gazedothed.com.
Hey, Patrick.
Yas?
Let's throw on a little of this Origins Ginseng Energy Boosting Gel Moisturizer.
I'm already elbow deep in it.
Yeah. And let's talk about some news.
I love it. This fall will mark the 10th anniversary of Disney's Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend.
I have been drinking wine for 10 years plus.
Oh.
So
I've had 10 wines today.
Oh.
So we're all in theme here.
And just hammered out of our minds.
Yeah, as per usual.
Yeah.
As per usual. So the Wine and Dine weekend runs, pun intended, October 31st through November 3rd. New this year, the Fall Feast 5K will be making its way to Epcot, where runners will make their way around the World Showcase.
While eating stuffing. Right?
I hope so.
Don't you hydrate with stuffing while you run?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yep. I also wear it as a skin moisturizer.
Oh, well, you don't need to anymore. Thanks, Mark and Roger.
Thank you. Also new this year, the weekend-exclusive post-race party now has an early entry time. Participants can enter Epcot as early as 5 p.m. this year, and the after-hours party will start at 10 p.m. So it's a nice 5-hour window to just walk around with all the other guests who didn't run and shame them, and then help push them out at 10 p.m.
Right.
At the party will be special 10th anniversary entertainment and rare characters that you don't normally see in the parks. All participants in the half marathon and the 2-course challenge automatically receive entry with their registration, and additional tickets for friends and family may be purchased separately. Registration did open on March 19th, and as of this recording date, both the 5K and the 10K are sold out, but spots still remain for the half marathon and 2-course challenge. You can, of course, visit rundisney.com for more information. I have to say, I was reading about the special entertainment that's going to be there and thinking, it's the 10th anniversary. I bet there's going to be some really cool merch this year.
Yeah.
And my fingers slipped, and I bought a registration for the half marathon.
You had an Adam oopsie.
I did. I fell right into the computer, and it knew exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, well, good for you.
I'm so excited about it. So if any of you are going to be out there, please reach out to me. I would love to do maybe a meetup this year at the after party. That would be so much fun.
A meat and mashed potato and stuffing up.
Yep, we're going to have a turkey up at the after party.
Tickets are now on sale for Pop-Up Disney, a Mickey celebration, opening April 26th in the downtown Disney district at Disneyland Resort.
Exciting.
As we reported in a previous episode, Pop-Up Disney, a Mickey celebration, is a limited-time, walk-through experience filled with immersive and imaginatively themed rooms inspired by all things Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
So this is kind of like what they did in New York recently, right?
It is, but I feel like it's a less artistic interpretation of it.
Okay.
And more just like a take a selfie in front of this immediately.
And that's all I need, really.
Right, yeah, right. Each room is filled with selfie-worthy surprises and plenty of fantastic photo ops and memories for you and your family and friends. In addition to the fantastically themed rooms, guests will also be on the hunt for more than a dozen hidden Minis.
Ooh, hashtag we're with Minnie.
We're with Minnie. The experience will conclude at the Pop-Up Disney shop, where guests will be able to browse special artist collections and shop for apparel and accessories, including spirit jerseys, ball caps, sparkle cinch sacks,
oh boy,
and an assortment of tumblers, popcorn buckets, and more.
I need some more. I need to back up here.
Yeah.
To the cinch sack.
The sparkle cinch sack.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it sparkle?
That's a thing now, apparently, a cinch sack.
Is that just a drawstring satchel?
It's,
okay.
It's a little bit smaller than a normal size sack. It's just a sparkle cinch sack.
Boy, oh boy. Yep. My head is going different places. I'll tell you that.
In addition, guests will have the opportunity to purchase treats exclusive to the experience by showing their Pop-Up Disney admission ticket at Marceline's Confectionery, which is located in downtown Disney.
So just whip out that pop-up ticket.
Ticket, yes.
Okay, got it.
Take it out of your sparkle cinch sack.
Uh-oh.
And wave it in their face and be like, I want some of those special treats.
You have to say it like that as well.
You do. If you don't, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, it's like a secret code.
This separately ticketed exhibit will be located near the Downtown Disney District monorail station in the former space of the ESPN Zone. Tickets include 5 hours of complimentary parking and are $30 per person Monday through Thursday before 4 p.m. and $38 weekday evenings after 4 p.m. and weekends Friday through Sunday. Children 3 years and under do not need a ticket. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit showclix.com/event/pop-up-disney-Mickey-celebration.
That sounds like a song.
That was the closest I could get to a truncated link. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I love a good pop-up, and this sounds like a big one. You know what I mean?
I think I do. I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
It seems inappropriate.
No.
Oh, okay.
So if you're going, take some pictures of those pop-ups that you have and send them our way.
I think it's inappropriate to ask people to send pictures of their pop-ups.
Where is your mind, Adam? I'm talking about those tickets. I want some tick pics.
And if you happen to get your cinch sack involved,
send us a photo. As part of Disney's preparation for the 50th anniversary, guests will notice some improvements to the entrances to all of the parks. Recently, Disney announced the retirement and removal of the dedicated bricks from the Walk Around the World near Magic Kingdom and the Transportation and Ticket Center. Have you seen those bricks?
I have seen those bricks. And to be honest, until this story dropped this week, I did not know that they were even going to be refurbing the entrance to the Magic Kingdom.
Same here. This seems like a weird way to let people know that they're going to start tearing them out.
Yeah, sorry about it.
Sorry about it. So originally, these bricks were sold with a commitment that they would be displayed until 2011. And if my math is correct, it has passed that date. Yeah?
You are correct.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So because they were not installed as individual pieces, they won't be available for anyone who did purchase one to take home the original. However, those guests will be able to purchase a commemorative version between now and August 31st, 2019, or until supplies last. Those guests can visit City Hall at the Magic Kingdom or Guest Relations at Disney Springs to verify their identity, at which time they'll be given a voucher to be used at Tomorrowland Light and Power Company in the Magic Kingdom to purchase a commemorative brick for a low price of $10. Additionally, all other guests who did not purchase a brick previously will be able to purchase the commemorative ones for $29.99 and up with an additional fee for customization.
That's cute. You know what? You should get one and put it in your yard.
I should.
Yeah.
What would you put on yours? How would you commemorate yours?
Probably with Adam is da bomb. Just put Adam is da bomb. Da bomb.
Yeah.
I feel like that pretty much sums up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sums up my life.
That feels right.
Yeah.
That feels right to me.
What are you going to put on yours?
Died at sea.
Oh, tragic. As we all know, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy is opening next week on March 31st at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World.
Vroom, vroom.
In addition to the high-octane attraction.
Wow. Oh, no.
Piston Cup champion Cruz Ramirez will be available for meet and greets and photos, and DJ, the ultimate party on wheels, will be bringing the beats.
Ooh. Now, tell me again, what did Cruz Ramirez do in that cup? Piston.
It is the Piston Cup champion chip that she won, Patrick.
Got it.
Several times daily, things will kick into gear for DJ's Ready, Set, Party Time as Lightning McQueen's pit crew arrives on the scene, getting everyone around DJ engaged in entertaining, Cars-inspired dances and games.
I know that you love a dance party, Adam.
Oh, man.
I can't keep you away from them.
It's true. Have you seen DJ before, Patrick?
I've only seen
DJ Tanner?
DJ Tanner. You knew exactly what I was going to say.
Well, this DJ's a little bit different.
Okay, Deej.
It's Deej, a car from the Cars movies, maybe? I haven't seen the movies.
Sure.
Or I guess I saw the first one, but I haven't seen the sequels.
Yeah, we have not collectively been on board with the Cars movies yet.
Yeah, but DJ is a car that drives around.
Okay.
And his eyes move.
Oh.
And he has those little, audio meter readers on the sides of the car.
Oh, I love that.
And he, blasts tunes, and so, you can totally get down with DJ. And
Bust a
Lightning
move.
McQueen's pit crew. Bust a move, yeah.
Bust a move with the pit crew.
Yeah.
I like it.
I gotta be honest, Patrick, this was my last choice for a story.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of other options, and so I picked this one.
No, people love cars.
I know. I just don't think this is the most exciting story.
Well, let's make it exciting.
Okay. Yo, I'm Adam, and I'm here to say that. Why are you laughing? I was really getting into it.
You were, and that's why we should immediately stop. I'm kind of curious what you were going to say, actually. The world may never know.
It was lost to the hip-hop gods.
A new cinematic experience is coming to the Land Pavilion in Epcot.
I love cinnamon.
Cinematic.
Okay.
Like movies.
My bad.
Yep. I do love cinnamon, though. I put it in the coffee today.
I love it.
Delicious. The new experience is titled Awesome Planet. The film is an exploration of planet Earth, showcasing its beauty, diversity, and dynamic story, and the experience will include photography, immersive in-theater effects, and space sequences created by Industrial Light and Magic.
I love this.
Yeah, it sounds really cool, actually.
I'm completely on board with this. This is like classic Epcot. I like the way they're kind of sneaking it back into the park.
Yeah, you might learn some things finally. Awesome Planet will be shown in the Harvest Theater. I wonder if they'll rename that, but it's currently still called the Harvest Theater, which used to be the home of Circle of Life, an environmental fable, which closed in February 2018 after a 22-year run.
Incredible. Not the film. I never saw it.
Yeah.
And I heard it maybe wasn't that incredible. But what an incredible run for a film.
People have been taking breaks for 22 years from the parks and getting in the air conditioning there.
Yeah.
No date has been announced yet, but it should be up and running sometime this year.
I'm excited for this one. I think this is going to be a welcome addition, and I'm excited to see that incredible Industrial Light and Magic footage that they create for the space sequences.
For sure. The title might need a little work.
Awesome Planet.
Awesome.
So awesome.
I don't know. I feel like it needs a little something different than the word awesome.
What would you title it?
Patrick's Planet.
Okay. That seems
appropriate.
Selfish.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. What would you title it?
Probably Adam's Da Bomb.
So you're expecting no crowds?
I'm my own best crowd.
This is a Z-ticket event. Adam, I have good news for all lovers of petting goats and snakes.
That's me. I love petting a snake.
Oh, my. So Rafiki's Planet Watch, I have to move on from that. Rafiki's Planet Watch, the Affection Section, and the Wildlife Express will fully reopen this summer.
Hold up. PK. Was it always called the Affection Section?
I believe so.
Oh.
That's where the petting zoo.
I really like that.
The title of it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's coming back, because you asked for it. Animal encounters will still be included in the affection section, as well as a few new experiences that will pull from Disney's heritage of wildlife animation, including a celebration of The Lion King.
Good. It's about time that movie finally received some recognition.
I know. It's been years.
Ugh.
It's been years. No specific date has been set yet, but full details should be released in the next month or so, and we will be sure to report on it. And I have to say, Rafiki's Planet Watch feels like Cher's farewell tour.
Oh, yeah.
It's just never going to end.
Nope.
They keep trying to shut it down, and it keeps coming back.
Rafiki seems more like Sonny Bono to me than Cher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Cher has that big hair, like a mane, like a lion's mane.
Okay.
So there's the tie-in there. They should bring Cher to the affection section. She'd love that.
She'd be like, oh.
And you're like, is that a goat or a Cher? The affection section.
Patrick, I've got back-to-back rumors for you.
I love back-to-back. I love rumors. Rumor has it.
It's a good thing that Dane is supporting us as a patron on Patreon because we're going to need all that money for royalty fees now.
Thanks, Dane.
According to our friends at WDW News Today, there are 2 exciting rumors floating in the Disney ether regarding some possible upcoming experiences in 2019.
Slap 'em on me.
First up, a new fireworks spectacular and slate of additional ride overlays may be coming to Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom.
I love this.
The yet-to-be-named fireworks spectacular would replace Happy Hallowishes, which premiered in 2005. It's believed the new show would include castle projection mapping, lasers, and similar lighting to what's currently seen in Happily Ever After.
Interesting.
Now, you're a big fan of Happy Hallowishes.
I sure am.
So are you okay seeing it go to move on to Scarier Pastures?
I'll tell you what, I really like the soundtrack to it, but the lights that they put on the castle right now are so antiquated compared to what they're doing with the regular nighttime spectacular. It needs an upgrade for sure.
In addition, more Magic Kingdom rides and experiences could receive Halloween overlays as part of the party. Last year, Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain, and Mad Tea Party received overlays. This year, the People Mover, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor could be added to the mix.
Very cool.
Big Thunder Mountain is perfect for an overlay.
If they can project some stuff on those rocks, that would be incredible.
And it already has that haunted backstory, as we learned.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, this is perfect for it.
Disney hasn't officially announced these changes and additions to Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party, so take everything I've just said with a grain of salt.
Well, I'm buying my ticket now. Is that what you mean?
Oh, your sodium intake is already so high. No, don't. Don't. Second, a Frozen 2 virtual reality attraction may be coming to the Void at Disney Springs in Walt Disney World Resort and Downtown Disney District in Disneyland Resort.
That sounds like a really good idea.
The VR experience would open the same day as the sequel, November 22nd, 2019, and would put guests inside a new multi-sensory Disney adventure where they'd be immersed in the world of Arendelle with Anna and Elsa. The Void currently offers both Star Wars Secrets of the Empire and Ralph Breaks VR experiences at its locations in both Disney resorts. Disney and The Void have made no official announcement regarding the addition of a Frozen 2 experience.
You have done The Void, right? The Star Wars one.
I did the Star Wars one. It's fantastic.
I need to do that.
You should do it on this trip.
But won't I be paired up with people I don't know?
That's okay. Matthew and I did it with a father and son, and we didn't know them.
Okay. You know, this sounds like a really good idea for these big blockbuster releases, that they just pair them up with an experience that could stay or go depending on popularity.
And if the trailer is at all indicative of what Frozen 2 is going to be, which seems kind of like a big adventure, I could see it fitting very well into a Void experience.
Good point. Good point. I wonder if it's going to be like splashing water in your face and walking on leaves and all those sort of sensory experiences.
I read that you're actually in a sitting room with Anna and Elsa.
Yeah.
And you're having tea.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can smell the tea.
Yeah.
And it actually scalds your throat a little bit.
Okay.
And then you eat a cookie that goes down the wrong pipe and you cough a little bit. And then you're done.
Your adventures seem very lax.
I like to live in the real world and the virtual world just very cautiously.
That's fair. I've traveled with you, and you're quite boring. I must admit. So it'll just be like a day with Adam. Just some tea, some sitting around, a few crying spells.
Few.
Several crying spells.
Thank you.
And some gas.
A healthy body, Patrick, expels things.
Oh, it's too immersive for me.
Patrick.
What's up, Adam?
I'll tell you what's up.
Okay.
I'll tell you exactly what's up.
Please.
We have our very good friend Amanda back on the podcast with us.
Hi, gents.
Hi.
Welcome back, Amanda.
Such a pleasure to be here.
And also, she happened to bring our other very good friend, and her husband,
Yeah.
Ben.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ben.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Gays Do the D.
I'm really happy to be here.
You know, Ben, we told you that you would be our first straight male guest, and that's now a lie because Deke Sharon was on last week's episode.
It's true.
And so I guess you're our first straight male, mildly successful guest, because Deke is super successful, right? So
Oh, I
can
was
we
like,
just
where are you going with that?
Yeah, okay. So,
Minnesotan.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. Yeah.
So you guys are just recently back from Walt Disney World, where you became annual pass holders.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And Ben, since this is your first time on the podcast, we have to dig back into your backstory, your Diz-story,
Uh-huh.
which is your Disney history. Because we want to know, what is your experience like with Disney as a kid? Did you go often? Did you go at all? What's up with that?
Well, I didn't go often. I went once when I was a little kid, probably like 5 or 6. I don't really remember the trip at all.
To Disney World or
To
land?
Disney World.
Okay.
And then I went to Disney World again when I was a senior in high school on a school trip.
Ooh.
And that was really fun. And that's about it until last October.
So, like Amanda, you hadn't really gone that much, and it was basically when you were a kid, I guess a high schooler and a kid.
Right.
So you hadn't been back as an adult.
Exactly. I hadn't been back until last year, and I'm not like a super duper fan. I love Disney just like everyone else. Well, most everyone else. But I just was never that like super into it. So when I went back as an adult, it kind of blew my mind how amazing it all was.
Yeah, I would say that Ben is a newly contracted go with me on this adventure here.
Okay.
He recently contracted mouse fever.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Would
what
you
I
say
call
that?
it.
Would you say that, Ben?
I would I would say that like I have a mouse tickle in my throat.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk to an adult about that? Because we can point you in the right direction. No, what I like about this group that we have assembled here is that we have a very healthy amount of Disney fandom and Disney skepticism, right? Skeptic.
Sure.
Because I would say, I was thinking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Patrick and Amanda, you two, I think would be a little bit more like, what's it, that Yahoo Disney, or what's it called when you're like one of those people who's like always go, like there's like a test you can take where it's like you're
Is this like a BuzzFeed
yay
quiz?
Disney, like you're yay Disney, right?
I am.
Yeah, of course.
And then, but I would say then I'm kind of like yay to, I still appreciate Disney, but I'll be a little bit more critical of Disney.
Uh-huh.
And I think Ben,
I'm kind of like Disney is a really fun amusement park.
yeah.
But I still want to visit Ireland sometimes.
Right. That's valid. Also, we're going to have to ask you to leave the podcast immediately.
It's been fun.
Has it though?
But what I'm trying to say is, very ineloquently, is that there's a good spectrum here of Disney fandom and various levels at various times. Yeah?
Yes. But yes, but I also want to go to Ireland.
Okay, good.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
When will we do that now if we're annual pass holders?
Well, why don't you go right now, and Adam and I will finish this without you.
Wait, are you talking about Ireland like the land at Epcot? Or
Wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting.
This is awkward already. This has been a real mistake having you both on the podcast.
I said, whenever you bring a straight couple on, it's going to lead to nightmare.
he warned you, Patrick.
It's true.
Well, let's dig into your trip, because this was a big one for you two, and for recent Disney enthusiasts, you took a big leap on this trip, becoming annual pass holders.
Okay, so here's what I'll say, just
Yeah.
to sort of kick us off.
Yes, please do.
We got there, and on Monday, we started our trip at Epcot because we thought, what better than the Flower and Garden Festival to kick off the week?
Yeah.
And we went right up to guest services and immediately got our annual passes. Then we went over to Mouse Gear and we got our annual pass holder magnets.
Yes.
And had our pictures taken with the cast members there. And it sort of kicked the trip off in a really interesting way, I thought, just psychologically for us. You know, that feeling of total panic that you won't fit in even the basic things that you need to fit in during your trips?
Yeah.
It took it all away. All of that panic was gone because we just thought, I mean, if we want to, we get a cheap flight and come back as soon as possible and see whatever we're missing right now.
Yeah, I think it does this weird thing where it makes the park sort of feel like yours, you know, because instead of being there on vacation, you can just be like, let's just go over to Disney World for, you know, an hour and then leave. It just makes it feel like yours to do whatever you want with, as opposed to like, I'm frantically trying to get everything in because I spent whatever on this ticket.
I like that. There's something, freeing about that you don't feel rushed to do everything in one trip. There's something hospitality-wise that people call the Disney difference, where Disney just has an elevated level of service that people can expect. Is there another level that you feel with the annual pass, being an annual pass holder?
It kind of made me feel good, I guess. I mean, there's something that feels super American about levels of customer service. Like, well, you paid more for this or you're more invested, so then we treat you differently.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen to us, I don't think. I mean, it felt like there are pass holder lines. You can zip through faster in a couple of things. And I did feel like if we said we're annual pass holders, some of the cast members would automatically go, okay, you're invested. But it was never something that felt like people around us were rolling their eyes at us being pass holders because we had different kinds of privileges, I guess.
So let's talk about your trip overall then. Now, you flew down, you were down there for like a week, right? And you got to experience Flower and Garden, which was fantastic. And where were you staying? Were you staying on property or off property?
So we had a mix of the two.
Okay.
We started off staying in the Spring Hill Suites, which is right there at Flamingo Crossings, so at the West Gate. And then we moved over to Coronado Springs.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really fun.
How was the construction?
Not fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it still an issue?
Yeah, there's a lot of construction going on there.
It didn't get in our way. It wasn't like we had to be rerouted anywhere, but I will say about Coronado Springs, with the caveat that I understand this is temporary, but it was very unattractive right now.
Yeah, okay.
It's in a bad spot.
Yeah, and things aren't finished. You know, there's a big fancy restaurant that isn't finished. And so it did feel a little bit like, oh, this is going to be nice eventually, but it didn't feel resorty when we were there.
Did they offer you any perks because of the construction? I know when Dan and I went, it had just started the construction, and in our room waiting for us were these the three Caballero pins, Disney trading pins they all had like the "Sorry Under Construction" logo on them, which were really cute.
That's so sweet. No, we didn't have that.
Oh, sorry about it.
We did not get the cool pins.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd give you mine, but I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
We stayed in the cabanas. Does that make a difference, you think?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was just anybody who stays there during the construction they were giving pins to. But apparently,
bummer.
once you become an annual pass holder, they're like, no, you have enough now. You get no more special treatments.
I think they're so deep into the construction now that they are aware that that they're going to be under construction. Whereas when we went, they had just started. So there's a possibility that when we booked our trip, we didn't know it was going to be under construction.
Totally. Here was a perk. It was a better price.
Oh, there you go.
It wasn't like, and it does say on the website really clearly, we're under construction. These areas are being refurbished. So
Sure.
It was certainly not a surprise to us.
Ben, was this your first time staying on property?
Yes.
What did you think of that experience with transportation included and the fact that I'm assuming you guys got perks like extra magic hours?
We did. We took advantage of the extra magic hours one of the days. I really liked the bus service. That was a nice perk one day. When my dad wasn't with us, then we had a ride. We didn't have to worry about that. So that was good. We got puked on.
What?
Whoa!
We were on the bus, a packed bus, and we were going to the Magic Kingdom, and a little kid sitting on her dad's lap started puking.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was very sad. And then her little brother, who was standing in front of me, was like, "This is gross." And then he started puking,
Oh.
and it was a bus full of puke.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you know what was really sweet about that though? The dad was such a charmer. He was mortified and worried about his kids. He was very sweet to them, but also was panicking that people around him were having a really bad experience.
Right.
But everybody around him started giggling, I think mostly out of empathy.
Right.
Because it was just so awful.
Right.
And so I think he had as good an experience as he possibly could have. I mean, we all just got off the bus when it stopped and let him deal with it. But those poor pumpkins.
He did a really good job. He was
sure
a good
did.
dad. Yeah.
Did you know that those were actually animatronics that they've installed on the buses now to make a more authentic bus travel experience
Very
in the
impressive.
Disney parks? Yeah.
The Scientology was great.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That was impressive.
They're testing out a new theme for It's a Small World. And
Yes.
so didn't go over so well for you guys. So noted.
It's a small hurled. Yes. So you said your first day you stopped at Epcot, and it's the 2019 International Flower and Garden Festival. We want to hear all about it. I've never been. Patrick has been.
I love it. It's my favorite, I think, of all the festivals.
It's 3 against 1 here as to who's attended and who hasn't.
It's
I want to know everything.
marvelous.
Yeah, I should go.
You have to go. It's wonderful. I don't know if it's because I'm coming out of a Minnesota winter.
Right.
But, it was so beautiful. The topiaries are out of this world. Whoever does that landscaping is just, definitely artists. But it was really, the colors were stunning. And per usual, Disney has their bent on conservation efforts and on talking about bigger impact for how the flowers and gardens are laid out and why they made the choices they made about where things are and why. Ben, a new beekeeper, got to go through a bee garden and see how that was set up and got some ideas.
Wait a
for our
minute.
yard.
Let's rewind a second. You're a beekeeper now?
I'm not sure why she said that. She did. So I'm interested in keeping some bees.
Okay.
My first job when I was in 8th grade, I worked at a honey farm, and it was really fun and interesting. And so Amanda for Christmas got me a little beekeeping kit.
Yeah.
And so I want to kind of see if I can try it. And they did have a little bee area that was really interesting and neat.
These are the moments I wish we had video, Patrick, because Amanda is raising her arms up like you are full on a beekeeper.
I literally got that dude a beehive. I got him a beehive. I just want to
What
be
did I
clear.
say?
A little beekeeping thing.
Oh, it's a kit. I'm sorry, it's a starter kit. But yes, it is. It does come with a hive, and you buy the bees and put them in, and then they make honey. Yeah. So I'm excited to try that.
So you're a pre-beekeeper.
Yeah, I have not started yet at all. I have no bees. I keep no bees.
The bees are pre-kept right now.
Yes, someone else is keeping them.
Got it.
Someday I will hopefully keep them as well.
I'm allergic to bees, guys. So
That's why they're going to do it, so you never come over again.
smart.
Don't go to the bee garden.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what you should visit though, Adam? The Honey Bistro, which is hosted by the National Honey Board.
Oh, I get
It
it.
was delightful.
What kind of treats did they have there?
They had all kinds of things. I thought it would be mostly sweets.
Yeah.
But they had roasted cauliflower that had a honey carrot puree.
Okay.
You're not sold yet?
We had very
No.
opposite reactions at the same
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
Honey tandoori chicken.
That sounds
flatbread.
good.
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
Yep. And they also had this, a local honey, mascarpone cheesecake that was part of the pop-up.
Actually,
which-
I've seen that on a lot of people's blogs and Instagram feeds.
Yeah.
They're raving about that.
Do you know what I wanted to try that we didn't from that pop-up was the honey peach cobbler freeze, which was
Oh, that
like a
sounds good.
non-alcoholic shake.
Going back
Yeah.
to the cheesecake, I think that cheesecake actually won an award like last year or something. They'd entered it into a contest outside of the Disney parks.
Yes.
And then they decided to recreate it for the festival because it was award winning now.
Yum. It
Yeah.
sounds delicious. I
Yeah.
think. Plus a cobbler freeze. Doesn't it sound so good? Mm-hmm. Maybe it was because it was warm, but yeah, it just sounded delightful to me.
So those bees get an A. What?
No.
Keep it in.
You guys, I'm allergic to bees.
Are you allergic to honey?
Do you like honey?
I love honey.
Yeah, honey's the best.
Yeah.
I heard a fun fact that,
What's that?
if you eat local honey, you will increasingly become less allergic to the bees in that area.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
Sounds fake.
I feel I feel like you just opened a door for me to consume all of the honey I possibly can in
Yeah.
any kind of situation.
Yeah, take a page from Winnie the Pooh.
Ugh, God, I couldn't become more jumbo, and here we go.
Well,
I'm going to do it.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, they say honey bees bring in the local like flavors and scents even, right? Like honey smells like things that are local.
We've stumbled across a new podcast.
Gays Do the Bee. How about some more from Flower and Garden? Give us some more of the details. Did you end up just doing the World Showcase stroll and like hitting a bunch of the kiosks and booths and delicious foods? And were you drinking and eating and enjoying?
We did, yes. I will say, I think when we were at Food and Wine, we had more of a focus on food. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I agree. There was, I think, because there was a booth every, how many feet, there was sort of a track we could follow. The flowers everywhere, they were beautiful, but it was easier to get distracted from that.
Yeah, definitely. We did try some super yummy things at the World Showcase, though.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So one place we stopped was in America at the Smokehouse.
Ooh.
And we had a pulled pig slider with coleslaw, and we had some shredded beef brisket with smoked potato, chorizo fondue, and a green tomato relish.
Yum.
It was out of this world.
Yeah.
Did you try that?
I did not.
It was so good, you guys.
Ben, what is wrong with you?
I don't know where I must have been doing something else at that moment. I
like
don't know.
eating candy?
Maybe.
No, I know exactly where he was. He was looking for a fire and ice.
Yeah, I was looking for the little fireball lemon slushy things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Which
no
you had
longer
mentioned
there.
at Food and Wine, right? You were like obsessed with them.
And they only have them at Food and Wine.
Oh, well
Turns
then
out.
now you can go back, so it's not an issue for you to go back and get that.
There you
Just
go.
for that.
Yeah, why not? Annual pass holders.
Oh, you know what where I should have started? We started our culinary adventures at Taste Track.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You guys.
Yeah.
We had a violet, blueberry, vanilla cronut,
Oh, yes.
which is technically, I guess they call it a croissant donut. Maybe
Right.
there's a copyright issue there. And it had lemon cream in the middle of it.
Yes.
It was heavenly.
Yeah. That sounds delicious. I've actually never had the cronut from Taste Track because they typically have just a standard cronut there, and then they kind of plus it for various festivals. Have you had the cronut at Taste Track?
I have not.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest donut fan in the world.
Huh.
Everyone's looking at me like I have 8 faces right now.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't try the cronut either.
See?
It was 97 degrees, and that just didn't sound
That's
fun
the thing.
to
It
me.
sounds super heavy.
Yeah.
But what you do is you share it with like 4 people.
right.
Ooh, that's where you lost me.
Then you get 1 bite.
Patrick doesn't share.
Tell us more.
Okay, so we also went to Fleur de Lis in France.
Oui.
Oui. And we got a tarte à chèvre, which had goat cheese in it, I think rather obviously, and some caramelized onion.
Wait, why would you say rather obviously? Like you were
Because
like,
that's what chèvre
That's what
is.
chev means.
oh, well, the cheese. It means cheese, but it doesn't mean goat cheese specifically, does it?
Oh, I don't know. Does it not?
I think it's pretty specific.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, France. I honestly had no idea.
If only one of us had a cell phone to look that up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who is
moving
the
on.
Yeah.
Well, it was delicious, and we washed it down with not 1 but 2 La Viande Rose frozen slushies. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That
Those
sounds
were
delicious.
good. Those
yeah.
were real good.
Yep. Grey Goose vodka orange, Saint Germain liqueur, and a white and red cranberry juice.
Very
So it was
similar to what we had in January when we were there for the International Festival of the Arts. We had the frosé. France does the drinks right, I find. I'm always stopping at France for a drink, even when I'm like booking it through World Showcase or making an effort to consume all of the alcoholic drinks. I always end up going back even to France to get a drink there, as opposed to stopping at each location.
Do you like the sparkling wine? Is that what it is? Or
I like the sparkling wine, and I always feel like their drinks are somehow, or the ones I get in France anyway, are tied to being a colder drink or like a cooler drink on a hot day. I'm like, that's what I want right now.
I hear what you're saying, Adam. A hot wine sounds terrible.
Well, I think that's why when we were at Food and Wine in October,
Yeah.
we were like, oh wow, we didn't really try the wine because it was over 100 degrees
Right.
every day we were there, and it sounded like a nightmare.
Yeah, like cronuts.
Listen,
Cronuts
they
are
are
delicious.
delicious.
They are, but not on a 97 degree day. That's my cronut issue.
I beg to differ.
What's the deal with cronuts?
I do want to say this was my trip to try some of the Disney classics.
Oh, great.
If you will.
Yeah.
That I have not tried before. And the first time I was on the podcast, I mentioned during Quick D that something I would like to do at Disney that I have not done is eat a churro. Check that off the list.
What did you think of the churros?
I liked them a lot. You know what makes them go up 5 levels?
The
What?
chocolate sauce?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The chocolate sauce.
Amanda, Patrick's going to roll his eyes right now, but I'm going to take you to Disneyland, and I'm going to give you a real churro experience because they're not saddled with humidity. Do you know what I'm saying? In Disney World, it's so humid, right?
Yeah.
So in California, it's dry, and so the churros are crispy and like flaky and light and delicious.
That sounds better.
And they're also about this long.
Well, this one was that long, Adam.
Okay.
It was so huge.
Yeah. All right. Well, then
Do the Disneyland churros have chocolate sauce?
the Disneyland churros have a bunch of different sauces, but I'm always going to pitch a classic churro in your face.
With no chocolate sauce? You just
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Do you like cinnamon toast crunch?
Yes,
Well,
I do.
then you don't need any sauce, right? It's just like a cinnamon toast crunch churro.
Wow,
It's like a
raw.
classic churro. Yeah, raw churro.
I love this. Okay.
Can that be our band name? Raw churro.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Raw churro.
No sauce. That's our hit single. No sauce necessary.
Love it.
Well, I'm glad you had a churro experience, but there's better ones out there. I'm just going
Okay.
to tell you right now.
Oh, brother.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay, here. Guess what else I had?
A Dole Whip.
You got it, my friend.
We're jumping parks.
I know we are.
Okay,
jumping
that's
parks.
okay though. Give me the Dole. You know, I was just
We
thinking,
are.
you guys you have the most bizarre Disney experience because here you are, annual pass holder. You're like the opposite. Like most people are like, oh, trip number 1, Dole Whip. 12 years later, now I'm an annual pass holder. You jumped right into annual pass holder and then you had a Dole Whip.
It's true. It's true. I'm catching up now. I feel like I'm a pretender until I have some of the classics.
What did you think of the Dole Whip?
I was nuts about the Dole Whip.
Really?
I love the Dole Whip.
Did you have it in its classic form?
I sure did. I
Okay.
decided to go OG.
Yeah.
None of the pineapple juice, none of the cake.
Yeah.
Just went straight up. There's a little bit of a rivalry in my family and Ben's because Ben's family doesn't understand ice cream.
Okay.
Ice cream should be creamy. It
Okay.
should be very
Sure.
creamy.
Yeah.
Ice cream should be icy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Yeah. It's a texture thing. The Dole Whip is no good.
delicious.
It's what I expect from a wannabe beekeeper.
It was perfection. I truly loved it. And I thought, I'm having one the next day. No, I didn't do it. I controlled myself, but I should have.
It's too creamy and fluffy, and I like my ice cream to be sort of dense and icy
Okay.
and have that texture. And Dole Whip's kind of light and fluffy, and it's squishy and airy. I don't like that.
So you want your ice cream to be something that ice cream is not?
I want
correct.
it to be something that ice cream is when it is good.
Your ice cream to me is like one of those Snoopy snow cone makers from when we were kids where it's just like ice that will cut up your mouth. That's what I'm picturing.
No,
when I-
it's not that, but
It is that in my mind. How dare you? That's what,
I'm telling you what it is.
yeah.
Is it like at Wendy's? What are those things called?
A Frosty.
A Frosty?
No, but there is an example. So you remember when Target Field first opened?
Yes.
And their ice cream that was in the cup was
Yeah.
that kind of ice cream. It was like super icy.
Yeah,
and
I don't like that.
Oh, it was great.
No, it tastes like ice cream that's gone bad. It's been in the freezer too long.
Okay.
Not the taste, but just the ice chunks. Why do you
Yeah.
need
See,
ice chunks in your
it's
ice
a
cream?
texture thing. It's a texture thing. I get it.
This is terribly interesting to all the Disney fans out there.
You know what I will say though?
Yeah.
Sticking to the ice cream theme, I'm going to give you guys the Epcot Flower and Garden Culinary Award
Yeah.
2019 because my mother-in-law and I decided that what we really needed to do was follow your advice and get a maple popcorn shake with Crown Royal maple whiskey. My goodness gracious. It was absolutely a piece of heaven. And we could not, we were like, we have to get maybe 4 or 5 of these. Addie and I tried not to look ridiculous and selfish by not sharing it with anyone around us at all. And it was really creamy, but she loved it.
And they were at Epcot?
I think what you're referencing is the Smoky Bones shake that we talked about at Animal Kingdom, which is very similar to that with candied bacon on top. And
We had one of those too.
at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what we were talking about in a previous episode.
Weren't you guys talking about a maple popcorn shake once?
Never, ever.
Oh,
Have you listened to our show before?
wait, really? Oh, literally, we walked past it and I was like, a maple popcorn shake.
We had that shake for nothing.
I was like, Patrick and Adam both love this shake. We
Well,
have
listen,
to try it.
I talk about popcorn a lot, and I like a boozy shake. So you may have just like melded two conversations into one.
Maybe that's what it was.
It
Or
sounds like
I made it happen in my head at Disney, and you got to experience it.
I did it.
It sounds like something you're going to need to try, Patrick, when you go to Flower and
Listen,
Garden.
Northern Bloom.
Okay.
is the pop-up.
Well, I'll see you guys later because I'm going to head out.
And it was truly delicious.
Cool.
And Ben, were you into the shake?
Yeah, it tasted delicious.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
It's good.
We've all come to a consensus on this one.
Where's the place with the chocolate bourbon bacon?
It's called Trilobites in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, that's the place with the amazing nachos.
It's in Dino Land. Mhm.
Oh boy.
The buffalo nacho things. Those things are delicious.
Oh, I haven't had those.
Those are
Oh,
out of this
God.
world.
They're so good.
Okay.
So, is there anything else specific to Flower and Garden that you experienced or wanted to touch on before we move on?
I felt like this was a different trip for us this time to Epcot. Last time it was so hot. I would still say Food and Wine is maybe my favorite festival.
Okay.
I mean, out of the two.
Yeah.
But it was so pleasant. The weather was so lovely. And Epcot was in rare form. I mean, it looked just gorgeous. The butterfly garden was beautiful. That little section near the waterways under the monorail that has all of the flowers shaped like Mickey heads. And, I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. I couldn't stop taking pictures of it. So it was the perfect for us coming from Minnesota and just really needing the break. It was a perfect dose of spring. It really was beautiful. And my father-in-law has been several times and said to us on numerous occasions, we would walk up and see a topiary and he would say, this starts this color and by the beginning of June, end of May, it looks totally different. This dress will be blue or red or whatever because the topiaries are just now starting to bloom. So I bet that's really pretty to go back and see what it looks like later too.
For sure. I'm super excited to go to Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival on my trip coming up in, what do we say, 12 days.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Should we move on to some more experiences that you guys had? I want to talk about your, I'll say, attempt at the monorail crawl. So from what I understand, you were there over, Ben, your mother's birthday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so you went on the monorail crawl that day?
Well, yeah, I believe we did.
Okay.
I believe it was that day. And then she had the little birthday button and everyone was wishing her happy birthday, which made her so, so happy. It was really impressive how on the same page everyone was with that. There are so many employees there that it blew my mind how they could just get them all on the same page in regards to the buttons and all that stuff. Because everyone did it.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, happy birthday, Addie. I want to hear about the alcohol.
Okay, so we got on the monorail at Magic Kingdom and first stop Polynesian Resort. And we went fully understanding that this was Patrick's dream resort. We went up to the second floor to Tambu Lounge and first point of strategy, got a seat at the bar. And then I ran downstairs and put our name in at Trader Sam's so that we could have a drink at Tambu Lounge while we waited for a spot to open up at Trader Sam's.
That's the way you do it.
Yeah.
It is
smart.
the way to do it.
How do they contact you at Trader Sam's if you're on a list?
They text you.
Oh, perfect.
It was great.
All right.
And you can respond too. So I put our name in and then we went upstairs and we ordered at the bar some drinks. I had an Island Sunset. Oh my goodness gracious. It was out of this world. Actually, so did Ben, right?
Yeah, Island Sunset is the way to go. So delicious. But I am a fruity drink guy. I like fruity drinks. They're the slushier, the better.
And my father-in-law had a Hawaiian Mule and he absolutely loved it. Said it was delicious.
Nice.
And Addie also had an Island Sunset. So we kind of all went across the board. And we tried to order the pork nachos that Patrick loves so dearly. And I have some difficult news.
What?
They have eliminated it from the menu. I'm sorry.
I'm never going to Disney again.
Oh.
I felt horrible. And the lady who was working at the bar, hi, Shirley, you're wonderful.
Oh, Shirley.
She was so great. And she was also grieving with us. She said, I can't tell you how many people stop by here and say, why did you take that off the menu?
Yeah, I'm wondering why they did that.
I think they're getting ready to do a revamp.
Pork prices are sky high.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And so we sat there and we ordered wings, which are not on the menu, but she said, hey, you can get wings from Mahano if you want them.
Ooh.
So we got wings and we got,
Like egg roll things.
Spring rolls.
Spring roll. Yeah, so good.
they were delicious.
Everything there was great.
Yeah, the food at the Polynesian in general is on point.
Yes.
Yeah, even the quick service there at Captain Cook's is really, really good. So if you ever, that's actually a really good tip. If you ever are not finding what you want in the Magic Kingdom to eat, just take the boat or take the monorail over to Polynesian and grab a meal there. It's actually a nice little break from the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, good idea. You can get a Dole Whip there as well.
You can.
Ooh.
Gross.
Oh, good. Another little bit of advice I would say is if you park at the Magic Kingdom and decide to take the monorail, leave all your stuff in the car. Don't even bring a bag at all. Bring, obviously ID, your whatever cards you need, your Magic Band, and a credit card, because you do have to now go through security at all of the stops. And it's easy peasy, but if you have a bag, it just, takes up a little more time.
And if you want to rob someone, follow Amanda to the Magic Kingdom
Right.
and see where she parks.
Right. That's right. Yes. And then we were not done with our food and drinks by the time Trader Sam's said, okay, your table's ready. So I texted them back, and I thought, this is just a service. It won't.
Right.
And I said, we're not quite ready. Is it okay if we come down in just a little bit? And I got a text back that was like, yep, no problem. So we finished up, went down about 15, 20 minutes after they sent us the text. No problem. Walked right in, and we checked in at the host's desk there, and they said, go sit wherever you want. So we sat down and ordered some more food. I think we got some flatbread, and also we got some more fruity drinks.
And Ben, this was your first time in Trader Sam's, I'm assuming.
Yes.
What did you think of that experience?
It was a neat place.
Yeah.
I really I liked how small it was. It felt, but the sense of fun in that place is off the wall.
The wait staff was really goofy. And also, for those of you listening to the podcast, you probably know this, but in Trader Sam's, every time you order a drink, something happens in the room. So the weather changes or something crazy happens at the wait staff. So that was really fun to watch too.
Yeah, it's super fun. When you're there, because it's so small, like you said, Ben, it almost feels like everyone's in there together as one group rather than just many separate people.
Yeah, especially because part of the fun is, things happen and we all have to chant or we all have to clap or we all have to do the things to stop it from raining or whatever. It's very, everyone sort of feels like they're in the same party. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so our intention was on this monorail crawl that we would see all three of the resorts on the monorail line. We didn't quite get it done.
Didn't make it?
Uh-oh.
We didn't get it done, you guys, because we went to the Grand Floridian.
Yeah.
And we got off and we went to Misner's. Is that what you say?
I think it's Meisner's. There's a divide. There's a great divide here on Gaze Do the D of if it's Misner's or Meisner's.
However you pronounce it, that place is a joy.
Yeah.
If you haven't been there, go, because it's this little tiny, tiny spot that's on the second floor, on the balcony. And right in front of it is an old school, wonderful jazz orchestra setup. We had classic drinks, all of us. And we got some of the bar mix, ask for it. They are supposed to bring it over. It's complimentary.
It's delicious.
It's really delicious. Wasabi. And we sat there and just listened to the band play, and they play a mix of jazz standards and Disney songs, and it was a joy.
It's another great location to take a break if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the Magic Kingdom. I will say, as a note to our listeners, currently, or I believe very soon, Misner's Meisner's is going to be going under refurb. So it's going to be closed. I think actually, Patrick, for your visit this time, it might actually be down.
Great.
Yeah. But it will be back up very soon. It shouldn't be very long.
Well, and if you can sit by the window right above the tree line, you can see the fireworks happen at the end of the night. So we did get to see the very top of the fireworks at the end of the night, which was sweet.
So that's where your crawl ended, correct?
That night, yes.
Okay, so you failed.
We ended early, you guys, because you know why?
Why?
We were rope dropping the next day for the first time in our lives, and we were all nervous.
Important. Important. I'm glad you put some weight behind that and actually got yourselves home and to bed early.
Not the case when I go.
But he still makes rope drop, I will say, on Patrick's
That's
behalf.
right. Someone has to carry me there.
Yeah.
But I make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so rope drop was intense and awesome. I would rope drop every single time.
I want to rope drop every day, just in life.
Yeah.
That's so. You should put that on a motivational poster, Ben, right by your beehive.
Every day is rope
Yeah.
drop.
So for those who don't know, rope drop is a term at Disney, specifically at Disney, used for when you get there right when the park opens. And a little history behind it is they actually used to have ropes that they would walk you towards specific rides because they were so popular. They don't do that so much anymore, but that's why they called it rope drop.
And what park were you rope dropping?
Animal Kingdom.
So fun.
And why were you rope dropping Animal Kingdom? Were you trying to make it to Pandora to ride Flight of Passage?
Sure were, Adam.
And what did you think of that experience? Because we should let everybody know you were there on spring break. And anyone who's roped drop Animal Kingdom to try to get to Pandora, they do it in stages. Do they do it in stages for you?
They sure did. Mm-hmm.
And were you overwhelmed by the amount of people just waiting to get into Pandora, or were you with it? Were you in it to win it?
Well, I was overwhelmed. It still worked out well. Like, we didn't have to wait very long to get on the ride, but I was still, like, I couldn't believe how many people were there that early. It was pretty nuts.
I did a bunch of research about rope drop strategy. And we learned to get there around 7:45 and that we would do it in stages, etc. And so we followed all the rules. At one point, when we first busted through the first
tier,
yes, there were people around us. Everybody was running.
Yep.
And this elderly person in front of me who was running with his grandson started giggling. And then we all started laughing because we were like, what are we doing?
Right. Did you push the old guy down?
You bet I did.
Good for you.
I did say, get out of my way. And then he laughed at me again. But it was ridiculous and also really fun. I mean, I always feel like Disney kind of has that feel to it. Like, even if things are a little stressy or a little bit crowded or whatever, people are still in pretty good spirits. A couple of days later, Animal Kingdom had extra magic hours that we took advantage of.
Perfect.
And so we can compare and contrast pretty easily to you. And I'm telling you right now, rope drop, if you want to get into Flight of Passage, don't extra magic hours it. Because for rope drop, Ben and I, even though, we were not flat out running, we were sometimes jogging, mostly fast walking to get there. And we were in line for 35 minutes start to finish and got on Flight of Passage.
That's great. That was similar to the experience that Matthew and I had when we went last July.
Yep. Piece of cake. And we also rode it again later in the day.
That's what we did too. Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, that ride. We could have another pod episode about that ride.
Ben, did you go on that the last time you went?
No, this was my first time on that
What did you
ride.
think of Flight of Passage?
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah, I just think the technology, those kinds of rides used to make me a little motion sicky.
Same with me.
But this didn't at all. So I think the technology is finally getting to the point where these rides, I can do them and enjoy them and not feel weird afterwards. It was really a cool ride.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you could tell everybody is rope dropping for that ride.
Yep.
Maybe not so much at the other parks. I kind of got the sense that at some of the other parks, there were a couple of rides people were dividing their attention between. But this one, nope, everybody's racing to that. And contrast it with that Saturday, we did extra magic hours.
EMH.
We know the lingo.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a different story altogether. We were there about the same time, I think, right? Didn't we get there around 7:45?
Yeah.
And there were so many more people. By the time we got to Pandora, the line to Flight of Passage was it started in Africa. So it was all the way across that bridge, and it was nuts. So we didn't even try. We just skipped it.
I think the kind of common thought among frequent Disney goers now is avoid the parks that have extra magic hours, like avoid those parks because people think it's an opportunity to really experience something early on. And oftentimes, especially at Animal Kingdom, it ends up just being a cluster because you can't really do the things you want to do. So it's better to do a different park that day if Animal Kingdom has extra magic hours.
That's right, because I think really the majority of the people in the parks are already staying on property.
Right.
So they're all going to go to the same place at the same time. So go to a different park and you're going to have a little bit less of a wait.
It was fun in the other parts of that park. We did the Everest ride and, we walked right on it. So, if you're not picky about which ride you're on, it was really fun because it did feel like we were the only ones there outside of Pandora.
And you're not typically a coaster guy, right? Like in other situations, do you do roller coasters?
No, I'm not a huge roller coaster
Yeah.
guy. I do like almost all of them at Disney World, though. Save Space Mountain.
It just hurts.
We tried it again this time, and it was it was not what I remembered.
Yeah, Disneyland's is better. Sorry,
Is
Patrick.
it?
We'll go on it when we're there.
Man,
It's just smoother. It's just
alive.
smoother. The track has been worked out. It's smooth.
Adam hates Disney World.
I do not. I do
Hates
not.
it.
There's just things that are a lot better about Disney World.
Okay. All right.
I
Well,
like your take, though, on the history of Disneyland.
Yeah, we were
That's
texting about that.
Yeah.
That you feel that sense of history when you're
Yeah.
there.
I can imagine that.
like in Tomorrowland when it's it looks like it's.
I wish it was still retro Tomorrowland, like all white 1960s futurism. But even the one in Disneyland is still kind of like multicolored 90s mess,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does anyone here like Disney? Because it seems like it's just me.
I love it.
I told you when we started, there's like certain levels of skepticism at this table right now. And
No, I love it. I'm still with you.
Thank you.
so what other highlights do you have from your trip? Were there things that really stand out as memories that you'll take with you through the rest of your lives now that you're annual pass holders and that you're going to be frequenting Disney more and more? Were there any special things that you learned on this trip that you didn't know the last trip where you're like, well, that for sure we're applying to all of our future trips?
It struck me last time we were talking, you mentioned there's so much more to Disney than the parks. And so we took that to heart this time. We thought, okay, let's see what's really out there, like what the Disney organization looks like in Orlando. So we spent a lot of time at the resorts this time. I felt like we got a really good feel for several of them. We didn't stop at a bar or a restaurant at the Contemporary, but we did just take the monorail back and just wander around through the Contemporary a little bit a few days later to see what it looks like because we hadn't been. And we also went to the boardwalk
Oh, great.
this
Yeah.
time. And
I love the boardwalk.
yeah, that's Ben's favorite.
It's a beautiful spot. Were you there in the day or at night?
Both.
Oh, fantastic. And
We
did you
went
happen
twice.
to swing by Abracadabra
That
while
is
you were
my
there?
favorite bar.
Isn't that just the best?
You
I love it.
guys.
I'm hesitant to even talk about it because our ones of listeners will go now and won't be able to get in.
Don't go, everyone.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Don't go.
Trash
The wait
place.
staff is awful. They
Yes.
do not make the world's most perfect Jen Gimlet.
Oh,
They do not.
Oh, delicious.
Their charcuterie plate is to die for.
It certainly is.
I've never heard you use that phrase before.
Now that he has an AP, he's so highfalutin and fancy.
Yeah.
But it's a
Fancy
super
pants.
tiny place.
Yes, it is. But magical. I mean, literally magical.
Yep.
Things happen. It's great.
Oh, it is a blast. Patrick mentioned it and then said, here are a couple things you should check out in the restaurant/bar. So we were wandering around, like looking in the mirrors and trying to figure out what was in the wallpaper.
Yes.
It was so fun.
And I think though it's rare, those places are rare where you can feel like you are an adult. You know what I mean? Like to escape the little kid stuff is kind of tricky sometimes, and that bar feels like, oh yeah, I'm having some adult time here.
Ben, I think you hit the nail right on the head with that place. That place is a perfect escape for adults, but still has that great level of Disney service, right?
Totally. What I love about it too is there's magic there. So it still feels
Right.
like, hey, adults aren't above magic. They aren't above whatever this kind of playfulness is. It's just a little bit of a respite. We went down the boardwalk to the piano bar. What the heck is it
Jelly
called?
rolls.
Jelly roll.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, not for Amanda.
good to
That
know.
was not my scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Right.
They're very gifted, those piano players. We have to say that. They really are.
I
They're
know they are.
amazing.
I know. I love that you're trying
It's
to find
just not
like.
my scene. You
No, that
guys.
totally makes sense.
Bars like that for me are sort of amateur hour for people who drink.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is correct.
Yep.
A lot of highly intoxicated people who wanted to hear a lot of Elton John.
There was
Do you think it's like people who don't normally drink that get too drunk and then go to jelly rolls? Is that what we're feeling or what?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah.
There's lots of, Miller Lite going on, and
Okay.
it's popcorn here.
Yeah.
No, that's why Patrick loves it.
We,
so.
yeah, we've got a place similar here in Minneapolis called Shout House. And I think it's the same kind of a setup. It's a dueling piano bar with a popcorn machine. You can make requests for what they play and then drink all the cheap beer in the land.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's
Got
what
it.
it is. Yep. Okay, so then we decided we kind of had the fever for seeing what other resorts looked like.
Oh,
because
sure.
We hadn't. Addie decided, my mother-in-law, Ben's mom, wanted to check out the piano bar because some friends had been and said go see it, and so that's what led us to the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we thought, like, oh, I wonder if some of the other resorts have this same feel. So we went to the beach.
The beach club and the yacht club. Yeah.
The beach club. And we stopped and had some ice cream at Peaches and Dream.
Beaches and cream.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Yep.
Yep. You were close.
Beaches. What's it called?
Beaches and cream. Yeah.
Yep. Had some ice cream. Had a little bit of a late night meal there.
Yeah.
So we got to check out that resort and wander around a little bit. Boy, is that magnificent.
One has to ask, was it Ben's ice cream or was it your kind of ice cream at Beaches and Cream?
Well, I had a shake.
Oh, okay.
And so it was delicious. It was very, I liked it a lot. I also had a club sandwich.
I believe Beaches and Cream is also going to be under refurb soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cute. It's a cute little spot.
Yep.
So along the lines of visiting all the resorts, you did something that I've never done. I don't think Adam's done it either. You did a sort of a DVC tour. Is that correct?
Yeah, we went on the DVC pitch.
We should say DVC is Disney Vacation Club.
Thank you for acknowledging that, Amanda.
Listen, my pleasure.
So how did that come about? Did one of you just on a whim say, I want to go check out DVC?
My parents were interested. They have the little kiosks up and down everywhere. And so I think my parents were a little bit just curious about it. But they were very hesitant because they've done that sort of timeshare thing before, and it's always the worst thing ever. Very uncomfortable. They won't let them leave or whatever.
Right.
I think my dad asked a couple of questions at the kiosk, and they convinced us that it was going to be low pressure, just do this thing. And then also what sweetened the deal, I think, was when you finish, they give you 3 fast passes that you can use anywhere save for the very popular rides.
So we decided to do it the next afternoon, and they would take us to Animal Kingdom Lodge. And they have an office there, and they show you one of the studio spaces that converts to a 1-bedroom, and then talk you through the pitch. And they assure you it will take about 90 minutes. Is that right?
Yep.
And then they would bring you back.
From start to finish then, or do you mean just the presentation?
No, from start to finish.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's not a lot of time at all.
No, it was very easy, very fast. In fact, we were sitting there at the end, and the guy actually looked at us and said, well, I think that's it. He's the one who ended it. So It was a very low pressure situation.
Okay.
And I thought he said something really interesting when we got into the room. His pitch was very reasonable. He himself was a DVC member and had been for decades. And he said, the bottom line for us is the whole world is watching and waiting for Disney to mistreat its guests. And we aren't going to do it. So if you have questions, ask another person who's been a DVC member for a long time and see if they feel that they've been ill-used or that this wasn't worth their money. And in fact, Ben's parents have some very dear friends, family friends, who are DVC members as well. Hi, Terry and Val, if you're listening. And they said they had talked to them, and both of them said, no, we absolutely love our experience and have loved it for decades. So it was just I felt low key. I was nervous about it being an aggressive pitch as well, because it's a substantive investment if you're going to make it. And it's also a 49-year commitment for your family. The timeshare is set up to be an extended relationship. So it was a great pitch, and it felt relaxed and did you feel like it?
Yeah, I thought it was very easy to do, and I didn't feel like, and maybe this is because we're annual pass holders now, I didn't feel worried about the time that we were spending there. And it was nice to have those 3, whatever they're called, the extra fast passes.
Multi-experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was nice to have those, because then we had a lot of extra ride freedom.
And they had mentioned to us too, when we when we had first agreed to take the trip, also this will come with a $25 gift card for each of you to spend anywhere you'd like with the Disney organization. And then we thought they forgot about it, but it popped up in my email on our way on the bus back to the parks. So they stood by every bit of their word all the way through it. And yeah, my in-laws did make the decision to become DVC members.
Amazing.
It was amazing. And I think, in part that they live in Florida now. And so in part it was, not the most amazing lifestyle shift for them. It was something that felt like for them was pretty reasonable that they were interested in investing in for their family. And so I don't know, guys, stay tuned. I think Ben had fun kind of checking out, there are all kinds of tables and calculations and, amortization schedules and, all kinds of things that you can look at that break down how it works and how it kind of plays out with different resorts.
Well, I think we may need to have you back on the show for a Down the Rabbit Hole with Amanda all about DVC because, again, frankly, Adam and I simply do not want to do that homework.
Ugh, so much numbers.
I will be very excited
Maths.
to do that.
I don't understand it. So come back on and explain it all to us, please, because I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there, too, who have always been curious about what it takes to become a DVC member, what kind of financial obligation it is, and time, too, you know?
And I think it's timely because it's what I didn't realize is the numbers change quite a bit. Would you say, Ben? Like,
Yeah, he said 3 times a year.
yeah.
The rates go up.
So it's worth really knowing what the numbers are.
Yeah, and I think I got the impression, based on how relaxed it was, that they don't have too much trouble selling these things, especially with the, all the new resorts that are opening up soon.
So here's what I love about you two. 2 years ago, no Disney experience, basically. Like, you watched the movies, you had been as children or high school students. Here we are today. You've been twice within the span of a year. You're annual pass holders now. You have in-laws or Ben's parents who are now DVC members. You have really immersed yourselves in sort of the Disney community. Is this all unexpected for you, or was it a slow burn, or do you just jumped into the pool?
Too much, too fast. I am overwhelmed. No, I think it's fun. When we went back the first time that last year, I was like, this is really fun and great. And, I had a good time, but I still wasn't like, really, really into it. Amanda was. When we went back the second time this past week, I liked it even more than the time before. I think every time you go and you realize how much of it you hadn't seen already, and how humongous it is, and how much detail there is, and how much work they put into everything. It really is admirable and cool. It's a cool place to just hang out in. So as long as I can keep going on vacation at other destinations besides Disney World, I would definitely want to keep going back there.
You guys know what my experience has been. And I think, honestly, I probably wouldn't have immersed myself in this way had I not had in-laws there who we were initially going to visit. I mean, you know that I went in kind of thinking, oh yeah, sure, let's go to Disney. That sounds fun. And it struck me in the strangest way right out of the gate. So I think, it has been really fast, but also because the three of us have run the numbers before, we sort of know, even though annual pass holder feels like a scary thing to say, it also makes a lot of financial sense, even for the amount of time that we're spending in the parks this year. I will say it felt more relaxed this time. It felt like we don't have to panic. We don't have to run to try all of these things. I can go on this ride 3 times in a row if I want to, because who cares if I miss Space Mountain, whatever. So I felt like it made the trip feel a little easier, a little more pleasurable, and I did not suffer the crippling post-Disney depression that I did last time. I thought, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, obviously, we have to save up a little. It can't be every weekend. You can't just jog down to Orlando. But it does feel like we can go a little more often than we did, and it won't be the same brutal financial sacrifice that it would have been. So I think that made it easier and more fun, too. So I don't know. Stay tuned. I promise we will go to other destinations as well.
And we will not have you on the pod for those destinations because we simply don't care.
That's deal. Right. It's a deal, you guys. I think you should let me interview you about your trip to Disneyland in October. What a great idea. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for inviting yourself back to the pod.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
We'll take it into consideration.
Thank you for being on the pod today, you guys.
Well, thank you both for being on the pod today. I can, I'll speak for myself in that I am really excited to end this interview.
Thank you so much for having us, both of you.
Yeah, it was really fun, you guys.
It's always a pleasure, and it's just a testament to the Disney magic that you two specifically, one who's very into Disney and one who's a little bit on the fence, have gotten annual passes and are fully immersed in the Disney magic now. It's why we do the pod, right? Because Disney knows how to treat their guests correctly.
Yep,
They
absolutely.
do. They definitely do.
Patrick,
Yas, Adam.
Amanda,
Yes, Adam.
Ben,
Yes, Adam.
it is time for Quick D.
Yay!
Ooh.
So for those of you that don't know, Quick D is when Patrick or I ask a question and everyone at the table has to answer, and no one has any idea other than the question asker what the question is. And Patrick, you're going to kick us off this week. What is your Quick D question?
I can't wait to kick all three of you. All right. As you know, Epcot is going through some refurbs, right? A little facelift, if you will. Rumor has it that Spaceship Earth is going to get its own refurb. And lucky for us, Gaze Do the D has been invited to cast the new narrator for Spaceship Earth.
Oh,
Who are maybe 3 people in line for the job?
3 people that we would want to pitch as the new narrator for Spaceship Earth, because it's currently Dame Judi
Dame
Dench.
Judi
Yeah,
Dench,
yeah.
right.
Who, I mean, try to top that.
Right. We had Walter Cronkite before.
And we had Jeremy Irons before Judi Dench.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw out somebody.
Yeah, please.
Lupita.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
What an excellent choice.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yep, the future is female, y'all.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we've been royal British, right? Wait, is she British?
No, she's not.
No, okay. Yeah, let's get a young woman of color in there to shape the future for us. She has a luxurious, warm voice. I'm in.
Sounds like you want to do more than hear her speak, Amanda. The way you're talking right now.
If we have some more time, we
Okay.
can discuss that.
Got it.
I'm going to pitch Gilbert Gottfried.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think that, first of all, there's the Disney tie-in. He played Iago in Aladdin.
Okay.
Right? And second, there's no one else I'd rather have talking in my ear while I'm learning about the world's history than Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, so soothing.
Can you imagine just going through, "Thank the Phoenicians"? Like, it would be
That was amazing.
That's pretty-
soothing.
Wow.
Thank
That's
you.
pretty good.
Thank you. Well, maybe it's me.
Maybe it is
me?
you.
Yeah.
gosh, it's
Okay.
It is you.
That was terrifying.
Gilbert would be my choice.
Yeah. Adam Sandler would be another good choice, I think. Because he'll say yes to pretty much anything.
That's
as
true.
As
Going
we've
on.
seen
Yeah.
in the past.
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson would be fun.
He legitimately has been brought up as a person who would
Well, there
be
you go.
like a great
Yeah.
choice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Does it need to be, are we looking for an actor or are we looking for somebody who does, like Neil deGrasse Tyson does have a background in
Anyone,
science?
really. I think
okay.
anyone. Yeah.
It could be a character like Donald Duck.
It
That's
could be a
right.
character like Donald Duck.
Well, Gilbert was the Aflac duck, so there's that.
Yes. Yeah.
There's that tie-in of ducks.
It all ties in.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
I don't know, you guys. I'm going for Lupita still.
Yeah, this is a real frightening casting couch we have going on here.
My turn.
Grapes.
So y'all,
Yes.
frequently on the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
in this very segment, Patrick and I take turns gaying up current attractions at Disney World, and we call it Imagine Queering, where we take an existing ride or attraction and just make it that much more gay by queering it up, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, in honor of our virile straight man guest today, I want to know, what is the straightest attraction at Walt Disney World and why?
Ooh.
I like this.
Straightest attraction.
Yeah.
I'm going Small World on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's real boring.
Yep.
Not a lot to offer.
Yep.
Culturally insensitive sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay. That makes totally sense.
That's pretty hetero to me.
Makes sense to me. Small World from Patrick. Okay.
Are we talking just rides?
It can be any experience you have at Walt Disney
What
World.
about
or
Hall of Presidents?
Hall of Presidents?
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
good.
That's
Wow,
not
that is
gay
legit
at all.
You're right.
straight up straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why?
Oh, you're right, Ben.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing gay in it, right?
I don't know. There's some
there were-
leggings. There's leggings and there's wigs.
Wasn't
Well, there's
Hoover
wigs?
There were gay
A what?
presidents.
A
but-
Hoover?
President Hoover? Wasn't
Yep.
he
Okay. Yeah.
known to cross-dress?
I believe he was.
Oh.
You're right. I think we may have just found the gayest. Ben, you're wrong. I think we found the
Right.
gayest attraction.
Well, no. That doesn't mean you have to be gay to cross-dress. Let's be clear.
That's very true.
Thank
That's
you.
very
Right.
true.
Right. This might be a moment for
As Amanda knows for Ben.
right.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg, everybody.
Oh, that
in
was
the Hall of Presidents.
You just can you imagine? I would love it.
Wouldn't it
but
be magnificent?
This may not be an attraction, obviously, but the giant turkey legs, those are pretty hetero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't see a lot of our people walking around, but they will immediately grab a hot dog or a corn dog and go to town on that.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know I will.
Oh, dear.
Where are the giant turkey legs?
Liberty Square. You can get one in Liberty Square, can't you?
You can.
Good to
Yeah.
know. Good to know.
Am I allowed? Can I just jump in and answer my own question while Amanda processes this?
Well, you're doing it now, so I guess so.
Okay. I think it's Test Track, and I'm going to tell you
Oh,
why.
man.
Because
Stop stealing all the stuff, you guys.
Good answer.
That's a great answer.
I think it's a lot of awkward maneuvering at first. Like this is it's basically my metaphor for like what I imagine straight intercourse is like. It's a lot of awkward maneuvering and a lot of weird twists and turns at first, and then a very thrilling 3-second finish. Is that
and not a lot of feedback, right?
yeah.
Sure. That's a great
So,
one.
That was my thought.
I like that.
I
like
do
that.
love that.
That is a good answer.
Thank you.
Okay, wait. What do we have now? Hall of Presidents, Turkey Legs,
Small World.
Small World,
Test Track.
Test Track. Wait, that's more that you guys came up with more than one.
Well, we're smarter than you are, I guess.
Try and top us.
by more than one.
Yeah.
I mean, the dueling piano bar is probably pretty straight as well. Jelly roll.
Oh, can I just have that one?
You can
No,
if you want.
Jelly Roll is not straight.
Really?
Why?
The players are not.
Oh, you didn't think so?
No, they weren't.
The pianists.
Yeah, the pianists.
They're pianists. Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's like
Patrick.
Bud Light.
They were way too talented.
The
to be
pianists'
straight.
pianos were touching. Would you say they were just sort of
Right.
pianist to pianist?
Tom Sawyer Island
Ooh.
That's your choice.
Oh, absolutely.
is
Yeah.
really straight.
I haven't ever been to. I haven't. So clearly, it is.
Yeah.
Because I have never been to Tom Sawyer.
It's
We're
Island.
not allowed
really
on that
straight.
island, I think.
It's
Oh,
very
really?
straight.
Tom Sawyer Island. Yes. You can go and wait in line for years at Aunt Becky's.
Aunt Polly's.
And Polly's.
Is it Aunt Polly's?
I think
Yes.
so.
Becky was
Becky's the girlfriend.
Becky
girl.
Thatcher
Oh,
is
Becky
the
is.
girlfriend.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Aunt Polly's.
Yeah.
Yep. There's nothing. There's nothing on the. There's a lot of stuff to climb around on.
So yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it promises a lot from a distance. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you get there, it's
Yeah.
just
Once you get in there, it's
Once you
just
get in
real
there.
boring.
yeah, yeah. Nothing but a sweet tea freeze on that entire island. That's it.
That will do it for this episode of Gays Do the D. Thanks for listening. Ratings and reviews are greatly appreciated and help people find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. To become a patron of the podcast, visit our website at gaysdothed.com/donate. For a donation of any amount, you can receive exclusive Gays Do the D content and help us continue to bring you the very best Disney news and discussion. Continue the conversation after this episode on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GDTD Podcast, and submit your questions or show ideas to info@gaysdothed.com. Have a great week, everybody. See you real soon.